Hi, this is Trey Pastor, and welcome to my film series review, Volume 3, and continuing on with my film series of the Coen Brothers films. Um, Last week I reviewed Raising Arizona, and I'll leave a link to that review if you want to see it. It's right here. Or actually, you know what? I'll leave a link to my film series reviews. Well, no, well, yeah, I'll leave a link right there somewhere for either the film series review or Raising Arizona, which will lead into the other thing. Anyway, what I actually should I do a playlist? Yeah, I have a playlist, so I'll leave a link to the playlist in here. If not the list, you'll see when once I edit this. Anyway, again, so the third movie in this series is Miller's Crossing, which came out in 1990, and that's this movie right here. Has a great cast in it: Gabriel Byrne, Marcia Gay Hayden, John Turturro, and Albert Finney, and John Pilato. Okay, basically, this is the story. It takes place in in the Prohibition era, which I think would be the 1920s. Uh, and the main character is Tom Regan, played by Gabriel Byrne. He works for. He's like the. I guess. He's like the. I guess he's the right hand man. I guess of Albert Finney's character, who plays Leo. He runs the joint. He's Irish, of course, and he runs the joint, and he runs the little, the little area that they're in. And in the beginning of the movie, you see basically John Pilato, who plays Johnny Casper. He's like an underboss, who plays protection to the main boss. But he's coming to him, basically explaining to him how, listen, I run a racket, and I go fights and stuff, and basically I got this guy that's Bernie Burham, played by John Turturro, who's basically the bookie. He's basically betting on my fights, basically screwing me out of money. And I need to teach him a lesson. I come to you, you being the boss, this, to see if I can just whack this guy and stop that, so people know not to mess with me. And, Johnny Casper's Italian, but and the smart business move would be, of course, to give him permission to bump this guy off. But Albert Finney's character of Leo, he's actually mixed up. Actually, he's going out with Marcia Gay Harden's character, Verna. Bernie Bachman is her brother, so he, as a favor to her, he doesn't, he basically denies Johnny Casper the right to whack this guy, and Gabriel Byrne, who plays Tom Regan, basically explains it, tells Leo, listen, that's just good business. You don't want to start a war with this guy, okay? Even though you're the boss, but this guy is up and coming, and this is going to start a war that's totally unnecessary for this little bum. Kill him. I know you're sleeping with the, he knows he's sleeping with Werner, and then also at the same time, you find out later that Tom Reagan's also sleeping with Werner. Okay, so you have this little triangle there, and also, like I said, John Pilato, Johnny Casper, who's absolutely fantastic in this movie, who's basically always goes around saying in this movie, when you think people are taking advantage of him, you say they're giving him the hi hat, and John Pilato is absolutely great in this movie. So it's like, so the whole freaking cast is great in this movie, because it's basically like an old-fashioned gangster movie. And basically Tom Regan, who's basically trying to keep the peace and trying to advise Leo, but of course Leo's not having it, because he's, like I say, he's involved with Werner, and he's got it bad for her, even though Werner's actually he's also sleeping with Tom. And it's a lot of mixed ups and double crosses going on in this movie, and that happened because without spoiling it, what happens later is basically Tom, in desperation, trying to get Leo to listen to reason about just giving this guy up, just give this guy Bernie up, so this doesn't start a war. And he basically admits to him and said, "Listen, Leo, I'm sleeping with Werner as well." And of course, Leo doesn't take that well, and basically, after a few fisticuffs, gives Tom the boot. And basically, Tom's on his own, and Tom basically, he's trying to survive. And also, Tom Reagan also has a bad gambling problem as well. Okay, and this is a great movie by the Coen Brothers. It's filled with just great characters and great acting, and like I said, there's a lot of double crosses, and you don't know what's going on at any given moment. You got a lot of great characters in this. You have J.E. Freeman who plays Eddie Dane. He's like, I guess, like the underboss to Johnny Casper, played by John Polito. And then you have John Turturro who plays Bernie Birnbaum, who's great. He's great. He's this weasel guy that's trying to stay alive. And then you also have Steve Buscemi is in it. He plays Mink. He's like a good buddy of Bernie Birnbaum. And you also have she's in here in a small cameo part. What's her name? Frances McDormand. She plays like the secretary to the mayor. So she has a small part, and I guess because of Coen. But I think she was married to one of the Coen brothers. I forget which one it is, Ethan or Joel. But I know she was married to them. I don't know if she's still married to them, but I think she was married to them at one point. So I guess that's why they put her in the movie. You know, she's a good actress. She has only a small little part in this. But like I said, a lot of double crosses, a lot of corruption with the cops and the mayors being on the take, and like I said, sides being switched left and right. It's just a really phenomenal movie, and great acting and great script. This greatly cast. This is one of my absolute favorite movies. It's been a while since I saw this, and I watched it again today, and it's absolutely, this is even better than I thought it was. It's a great character piece, about human relations and mob violence, and it's the double crosses and the you don't know who's playing who and the violence, and it's well acted. And Gabriel Byrne is great as Tom Reagan. Couldn't be more perfectly cast. Him and Albert Finney, as Leo, they have a good chemistry. Almost like a father-son chemistry, and it's great. And Marcia Gray Hayden is good too as Verna, the lady who's supposed to be sleeping with she's sleeping with Tom at the same time she's going out with Leo as well. And you have great supporting cast moments by John Turturro, John Polito, who actually kills it as Johnny Casper. J.E. Freeman is Eddie Dane, a real tough guy, and like I said, Westcott's part is kind of small. Steve Buscemi, his part is kind of small, but it's pivotal to the plot. Okay, but I would give Miller's Crossing a 9 out of 10. This is fantastic. I definitely highly recommend this. I think this is probably one of the Coen's best movies. Just absolutely fantastic. Just a great character piece and great old-fashioned gangster bit. And like I said, you have the double crosses, you don't know who's playing who, and you wonder how it's going to turn out. And it's just absolutely fantastic. One of the Coen brothers' best. I definitely highly recommend this. A 9 out of 10. Definitely see this movie, Miller's Crossing. Okay, so that's my review. Let me know what you think of Miller's Crossing if you've seen it. If not, feel free to leave comments down below. And then next week, next Sunday, I'll be reviewing the last film in this series, and that will be Fargo, of course. Okay, starring Frances McDormand. Okay, and Steve Buscemi's in this as well, and what's his name? William Macy. Okay. Anyway, that's it for this. So I'm almost wrapped up with the Coen Brothers set, but tune in next week to see my review. Again, Fargo. Okay, let me know if you've seen Miller's Crossing. Okay, and again, a 9 out of 10 for me. Just a fantastic movie. Definitely see this. This is an old-fashioned classic. Okay, one of the Coen Brothers' best movies. I say easy top 3 of their films. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. This is Trey Pastor saying so long and take care. Oh yeah, one last thing. You probably want to know why they call it Miller's Crossing. That's the place where they go in the woods to to whack people. Okay, that's why it's called Miller's Crossing. Okay, and I think this takes place. I was going to try to say New York, but I don't think they ever really. They said Eastern City. That's all. They don't say it's New York or Jersey, wherever it is. But Miller's Crossing is the place where they go to whack people. Okay, so that's why it's called Miller's Crossing. In case you want to know. Why. Okay, just a fantastic movie. I absolutely love this movie. Okay, and I also think, and I'm not sure about this, I think in this is a cameo. Sam Raimi is in this movie as a cameo. I just realized this when I was thinking about this. There's a part in the movie where they're raiding they raid each other's businesses. Once when the Irish guy does it to the Italian guy, and the Italian guy with the cops does it back to the Irish guy. But there's a guy that's standing outside with everybody else, and somebody comes out to give up, and he shoots them and has a smile on his face. And I swear that's Sam Raimi. I don't think that's Ted Raimi. I know his brother, the brothers look alike, but I think that's Sam Raimi. I'm not sure about that, but maybe somebody can say, let me know in the comments below. I think that looks like Sam Raimi to me. Okay, because I think, it looks like Sam Raimi. It could have been Ted, I guess his brother, and maybe I can look on the credits now. and let you know. But it looked like Sam Raimi, and maybe he did as a favor. I mean, it's a small no talking part. Just a guy standing there shooting. And then he gets shot. It's lit up. Yeah, it is Sam Raimi. I knew it. Snickering Gunman. That's right. It is Sam Raimi. I knew it because I recognize his face, and I know what his brother looks like, and it was him. Like I said, he didn't have no dialogue. He just shot somebody and grinned, and then somebody shot him back up, and then he dies in a hell of bullets. So that's a nice little cameo. He probably did that as like a favor or something to for the Coen brothers. But anyway, just a little trivia there. So long.